Good morning. For a change, it is actually morning. Uh, Welcome to Midweek Musings here at Trinity Heights United Methodist Church. I'm Kent Little, Senior Pastor. Doing a little early today because I have some other commitments. I need to make a hospital call and another meeting, and all at noon and after. If you tune in at noon, my apologies, but this will still be there, so you can still listen if you wish. Anyway, we're cold outside again today. As I saw somebody post yesterday's forecast. Yesterday's forecast was 80 degrees and a chance of snow, and I guess there were some places that quite literally happened. And so, Kansas weather, you know how it is. So yeah, we're back in the fridge today, and then it's supposed to start warming right back up. I think by the weekend it's supposed to be back in the high 60s or 70s or something like that. So that'll be nice. Anyway, so yeah, it's a little chilly again this morning. What's going on at the church right now? So we have this is Wednesday night. We have our Wednesday night wow welcome on Wednesday with a meal. That's at 5:30. At 4:15 is our theology discussion group, Theology Matters. If you've followed along, we are working our way through Marcus Borg and John Dominic Crossan's book, The Last Week, where they look at each day of the last week of Jesus' life. And so today we are working on Tuesday. So we'll be meeting at 4:15 for that, and then, like I said, the WOW meal is at 5:30. After that's children's programming, choir, and so take part in that if you can. I'd love to see you here. Also, let's see what else is coming up. Started Coffee with Kent on Thursdays. Last Thursday we had a few show up for that, and so we're going to be meeting again tomorrow morning out at 1887 Coffee Shop on the Bethel campus from 9:30 to 10:30-ish. No particular program or agenda. It's just a time to get together and visit and make connections, build relationships, get to know one another a little better, and that kind of thing, and have our favorite morning beverage, whatever that might be for you. So that's tomorrow morning and each Thursday at 9:30. From, like I said, from 9:30 to 10:30-ish. And so anyway, so that's kind of what's going on. Of course, we're in the middle of Lent, the season of Lent, and doing the worship series, Becoming the Way. And each week we deal with a different way of becoming, if you will. And then, of course, Easter's coming up. This year, met with the board last Sunday and then kicked this around a little bit. So this coming Easter is on March 31st. So it's a fifth Sunday. And here at Trinity Heights, traditionally on fifth Sundays, we have a brunch and then we just have one single service. And so I think we're going to do that for Easter this year. So on March 31st, on Easter Sunday, we'll have an Easter brunch, a carry-in brunch, like we always do, kind of a potluck brunch, if you will, at 9 o'clock, and then we'll have just one service, one Easter morning service at 10. So hope you can take that in and be here and help us celebrate Resurrection Sunday on March 31st. So that's what I don't know necessarily it's a little different, but maybe it's a little different than what we've done before on Easter Sunday. But that's what we're going to do this year. It's good to have you with us. So this coming Sunday, working through the Becoming series, this Sunday's worship theme and sermon, the sermon title is Becoming Inclusive. The scripture passage for this Sunday is, it may be familiar to some of you. Some of Jesus' disciples come to him and they say, "We saw someone doing works of power in your name. We tried to stop them, because they're not one of us. And Jesus kind of chastises him. He says, anyone who's for us is not against us. And so what I want to deal with this coming Sunday is just the ways we are inclusive or not, the ways we aren't inclusive. As you know, with the United Methodist Church, as many of you know, perhaps, the United Methodist Church as a whole, we are in the midst of a separation, if you will, a split, if you will. There are those of us who want our congregations to be open and affirming and welcoming to our LGBTQIA siblings, fully inclusive into the church, including ministry, etc. And there were those of the United Methodist Church who did not want that, and so we're kind of in the process of separating. And those of us who remain in the United Methodist Church, my hope and prayer is we will indeed become a more inclusive, welcoming, loving, grace-filled denomination. And it's not just, it's not, in terms of becoming inclusive, in terms of this coming Sunday, it's not just around human sexuality, it's the issue around racism and how we are inclusive or not of those persons who are of a different color. In particular, African Americans and Black Americans who still encounter racism in their lives, and just people who are different in general, not only Black Americans, but brown, Hispanic, Asian, etc. So many times, those who are different, who look different, who think different, who believe different, are often pushed to the edges of society, who are often oppressed, who are often excluded from society as a whole, often excluded from churches, so this Sunday, I'm just going to wrestle with some of that. How can we be a better voice of inclusion in our world today as a community of faith in the city of Newton, in our Great Plains Annual Conference, and in our United Methodist denomination as a whole. How do we become inclusive rather than exclusive? Because I think sometimes it's so ingrained in us, the way we were raised, and maybe not even consciously, that we can find ourselves treating those who are different than us, treating them differently, and often in a negative sense. So that's some of what we'll be wrestling with this coming Sunday. I hope you're able to join us in the sanctuary at 10 o'clock a.m. on Sunday morning, or online at 10 o'clock. You can find our link to our online service on our website. Click on that about 10 o'clock, and we will be up and going, so you can listen to the service and participate as best you can. Hope if you watch it, you at least like or make a comment, so we know you're there. And then, of course, we have our more contemporary service at 11:15 in the fellowship hall. It's obviously a little more relaxed, a little more casual. There are snacks if you want a snack. There's water and drinks, and we have a band, and so just a little more casual gathering, if you will, sit around tables. But anyway, I hope you can join us in one way or another, whether it's in person at 10 or 11:15, or whether it's online at 10 o'clock for the sanctuary service. We'd love to have you. We'd be glad if you did. So that's what we'll be pondering, how to be become inclusive this coming Sunday. So as I always share each week when we part, I pray you're having a good day, even though it's a little chilly again. But hopefully we always strive to be a light and to love one another, every single other, until there are no others, only one beloved community of all. I hope you're having a great day. Goodbye, and God